Marie Antoinette never said, let them eat cake, but I do wonder if she would have said, let them wear perfume, because the queen was a fraghead. She had her own personal perfumer, and his name was Jean-Louis Fargeon. He also worked with her hairdresser, Leonard Autier, to make preparations because at one point her hair was actually falling out. He worked with Rose Breton, the queen's dressmaker, sent her clothing. His memoir, written after the Revolution, his passion and purpose in life was to, and I'm just going to read this to you, improve the sparkle of beauty with artistically prepared cosmetics and repair the wrongs of age or nature towards the sex whose sweetest pleasure is to please. He came from a middle-class background, and his family had been in the perfume business for several generations. After he moved to Paris, he met Madame du Barry. She was one of the favorite mistresses of King Louis XV, and she told Fargeon that she would sing his praises to the king because she loved his perfumes, but unfortunately the king died only about a month later. All was not lost because the woman who would become the governess to Marie Antoinette's children, she was one of the people in Marie Antoinette's entourage, and said that if he created something for the queen, she would bring it to her. We set to work making scented gloves. These did not specifically belong to her, but they're an example from the same time period. And of course, she loved them. He became her exclusive perfumer and would work with the queen for another 14 years. He would create soaps and sachets for her bath, as well as different perfume depending on her mood. And Marie Antoinette adored flowers, so all of the compositions were very floral forward. She loved rose, tuberose, mosses, jasmine, violets, iris, all her faves. And Jean-Louis created her signature scent, Parfum de Trianon, so that she could take the garden of Trianon with her wherever she went. And this is a perfume base that was actually owned by Marie Antoinette. And the bottles that he created for her would have looked something like this. They were made out of porcelain and they usually had floral designs. This is an American bottle made of French porcelain. Now, Jean-Louis had a really close run-in during the Reign of Terror. He agreed with the revolutionaries that wanted to dismantle the monarchy, but he was also fiercely loyal to his queen because she was a great customer for him. He was put on trial, but eloquently argued his case and escaped the guillotine. Later, he opened a new boutique, was a successful perfumer once again, and even wrote his memoir. Now, for my perfume lovers who really enjoy Baccarat Rouge, Francis Kurkdjian, I can't do the French accent, I'm sorry, actually recreated Marie Antoinette's perfume from Fargeon's notes. It was called Salage de la Reine, and it sold for a measly $900, or if you got it in the Baccarat bottle, $11,000. Last, you can check out my Marie Antoinette perfume. It was the first one I ever made, and I made it after I went to the Trianon for my honeymoon. 10 years later, still one of my bestsellers. For more on the subject, listen to my podcast or read the book A Scented Palace.